morning, everyone. Market open in a minute. Looks like a pretty bullish day on the 30. The high is there. So it's either a short squeeze or we go to 600 today. I'm finding down. Very close. Me fui. 50%. Nos fuimos. Nos empezamos caliente. Vamos. El límite en 600. Mira ese 30, 37, papito. Por el cielo vamos. Vamos. Ahí está. Avanza. Ya empezamos puerco. Avanza. Que entra lechuga ahí. Vámonos. Ahí no hay nadie. No hay tomate, ¿verdad? Sí, va. Sin tomate no va a haber ni otra línea. Cuando resistencia empuje, when resistance bumps above and straightens this out, it's gonna keep going until all-time high. Or, the market's not gonna have any resistance. Vamos. It's still a little bit downtrend. It has to be pushed up a little bit, and then once it goes like that, the door's open. Vamos. Ahí es. Money, money. Vámonos. Los gallitos. Ahí es. Vámonos. Antes que llegue el tomate, piérdanse. Mira, pues 30, va para 40 y 30 minutos. Huh. You don't buy today, you're gay. Hold on, let me tell these boys here. No, no te atrevas. Ah, Roma, ayer, vámonos. 600 today, baby. Vámonos. My limit is right there already. Ah, woo. I'm gonna double tap. Vamos. Oh, that song was amazing. Andadura, papi, mira. Come on. 600. One limit. We're gonna double tap it now at 600 beat. We're going for second, gentlemen. For second. Come on. La Caneca, it got a little pint of rum. Old school Puerto Rican stuff. Caneca. Come on. All time high today. Second limit is at 300. 265, another 300. 641. No resistance anymore, baby. There's not going to be any tomatoes. Oh, tomato. No tomato. Come on. All lettuce, baby. All lettuce. Woo, 601, baby. Come on, give me 601. Mm. Wait, don't let that song die. That's a really good one. Come on, 601. Six oh one, baby. Come on. Don't die there. Don't die on me now. Oh, what are you doing? No, it's just grabbing strength off a bear trap. Oh, you got some tomato and 600. No tomato. No tomato, baby. We're going right up. Letter. Not gonna stop. What's there? About got stopped out. Both times. Good. We're still going back in. Wait. Letters filled in. It's time to go back in. Hmm. Back in, baby. Is that letters gonna be do it? Hold on. We need a lot of demand to fill in there. Late to the party is what they call that letters right there. Late to the party. I'm in. got stopped down for a $60 million loan. So they want to sell it. They want to sell the Bear Rally. It's just, you literally, if everyone went long in the stock market right now, it's going to be a justice trend. All right? All these values, these ethos, stock trading ethos, they'll go against the trend, baby. It's what they do, for sure. I'm going to hold this trade. So, got out in time. $69 loss. You can get something special out of this. So let me make $61 loss. Not bad. Still made $300 profit on three credits. Let's get busy. Let's do some other shit. Mm. I'm still surprised why the market continues to make these irrational moves. Last year, when we hit 600, we didn't stop going up. But people are so retarded now, unfortunately. You know, people are so retarded. It's so against the trend. So, anarchy and shit against authority, against the right things. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. Last year, when we hit that 613, once they hit 600, it didn't stop until it found the right number. They decided to sell 683 today. Like, it's nowhere. And it's all these people that want to fucking counterculture. People that got the same people that got New York City miserable are the ones showing the market right now. You know, supposed to like just living plentiful. You know, prosperity, misery, misery. No electricity, crowded public libraries, expensive food. Think about that. No public facing electricity. You got to charge your phone at 9:30 at night. You got nowhere to. This is going to die deep. Girlfriend gets raped. She can't call after getting raped. Deep. And this is the fucking environment. Everyone that replaced the city want for the city. This is what they like. Domination, control. So that if you have a real emergency, just scream, bitch. Scream. That's it. That's all you're gonna do. You're not gonna be able to do nothing. Because the city is just miserable. The city just doesn't care. And it's because counterculture. It's because the replacement theory worked in the city. They made this quiet area into an area that blasts reggaeton at night. You know, just the name of a few of the big changes. Right? And so all it's missing is, uh-huh. Oh, we go. Are we back at it? Hey, thank you. Good, here we go. Oh no. Oh no, he got a margin call. Where are we? Where are we? I'm not even looking. Oh, it flushed down. Oh, no, it's gonna hold. It's gonna hold. I think it's gonna hold. I'm gonna leave it there. I took one loss already. Let it die, babe. Let it die. Let it die or 601. We're not gonna touch it. It go up or bust. How it works. Go up or bust me. All right, let's watch some police videos and relax. We gotta make some money. We gotta make some money, Bean. Let it. Mm, that bullish rally was good, but if look what they doing. Look what they doing. Look what they doing to my shit. You see that? Kaka. I wanted 601 today. 601, I would have been fine. Maybe 602. What they decided to. What are they doing? What are they doing? They should be. It should be rocketing right now on a stairway to heaven. But all of a sudden, they decide on this key level because they know we on this trade. They know we on the trade. That's basically how the anti-culture, the anti, the people that are anti-counterculture, the people that are rebels do it. Like they lead you on, right? Today's going to be the last day regular people is going to get 600. Because the next time we start moving higher than 600, which could be on Monday, it's going to be a sneak attack, and a sneak attack could be slow crawling so that options don't make any money, like make it nearly what's the name, algorithm, like algorithm buys. This what institutionals do. This is not retail. Retail's not allowed to make these um algorithmic buys. So if it's not an algorithmic buys, the 601 will be a pre-market, you know, and a pre-market so that you can trade it, so that you can trade the bullish trend. Either like that, one of those two, and in the end, once it starts reaching maybe 605 to 613, options are not going to pay a dime because there's going to be the selling pressure is going to be there. The same selling pressure that's already here, short selling that 600, is going to continue to 613. Why? Because they don't want it to go higher. Instead of just, monkeys uniting, people that have high IQ saying, wait a minute, why am I shorting? But they short against a trend like that because they don't care. They don't care. They'll short it. It's if everyone right now went long, we would hit 601, 605, 606. Because the upper resistance is not there. There's no resistance up top. These people put this resistance there, but do they know that information? They don't care. They'll be like, yeah, it went up. Let me short. Using this outdated Precambrian strategy of shorting at the top. That's Precambrian. When those strategies, long at the bottom, short at the top, that's all Precambrian. Those people lose money, but they do it anyway. They do it anyway because they're playing clock. They're not playing numbers. They're playing the clock. Well, if I lose so many of the entries I do at the top, I lose so many of the entries I try looking for at the bottom. One of them is gonna hit. One of them is gonna make my money. It's the same type of traders that trade the Bollinger Bands, right? The Bollinger Bands, the 30 Bollinger Band is a smoking gun. It either breaks above and snaps the trend into a motherfucking a rocket, right? Into a rocket, or it cocks the gun back but does nothing. So the Bollinger Band, the not the medium, the extreme, the upper bound of the 30 Bollinger Band is gonna touch the candle, and if it don't break, it's gonna go up. The people that don't understand that, they don't have the right Bollinger Band. They don't have one that that they could test the behavior. Because online on a Bollinger Band that's aligned, it cocks open. You could see the tip of it break like a broken finger. Like it's like that. And when the Bollinger 30 band is open, it moves up like that, and like it cracks open, and that's when you get the volume, the pumps. You get the full pumps. But if not, the majority of the traders that are trading that are going to be shorting that 30 Bollinger Band consistently. And when it breaks, it's when they lose all their money. So, but they still trade it. You see what I mean? Like the 30, for example, the 30 Bollinger Band, right? On the 30 Bollinger Band, people trade the bottom extreme, the upper extreme. Once the candle touches that, it often rebounds back down, and they might make marginal profit. And they don't make that much because the band is small. It's a really tiny gap between price, but they short there consistently because that's the way, years of people doing that, right? But there comes a time in which, the market can hold the 30 Bollinger Band and it breaks and they lose all their money, but they still do it. The problem is that they still do it. They short at the top sometimes. Oh, yeah, it's the top. Let me short. They get burned because the market keeps going higher. They lose their trade. So on and so forth. All these strategies, moving average 25th, expansion, contractionary, using moving average, so on and so, you see the moving average breaking the 25, breaking the 30, breaking the 100, moving average crosses. All of those strategies are because you're always going to lose on them. You're always going to lose, but they still do them. And that's why they're shorting the top right now. Because if they know what I know, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. All I'm looking for is for them to apply their shitty trade. That's basically how you start maturing when it comes to the stock market shit. Like, I don't care. I'm gonna let this trade blow up. I'm fine. I got billions of dollars here, but that's basically how they do it. They crappy trade. They do they crappy trade and they don't care. They don't care. They're gonna do it anyway. They're gonna lose that money anyway. So they trade and blow their cash and blow their bank and shit with the dream that they might make it. On the daily, that candle's still pretty pumping. You see that daily right there? That candle's still pretty pumping. So, and it's not too far from 600. So maybe we break into 601 once all these sellers go away. Maybe. I'm gonna get to work. I gotta do some other shit today. I can't be on the phone because I know I'm not gonna reach the next level on the phone. It's far off target. Everything I did was okay, but I realized that getting to the diamond mine was gonna take forever. It's like a scam. They made me believe that I would win that, and all right, now the daily's starting to pull back. Let's watch some police videos and get this money out. Hope you guys have happy, happy trades today. Happy trades. Happy, happy trades. He's like, I don't want that. This rabbit with an attitude. Rabbit with an attitude. He throws that away like, not them kibble. That kibble don't smell right. You gotta make his own kibble for him. Give him corn. He'll love that. Don't want that. All like shit, he said. Push it away, both feet and everything. And he threw amazing, amazing animal. Ooh. Are we deeper? Deeper in the hell? All that tomato above. All that tomato above. Let's see if we recover. Go. Stupid. The city's full of people like that. Full of these people. Whoa, to the real. Now they want to calm down. Stupid. Hey, yo, we're still on time right here. That MACD on the 30 is not going to die. The minute is selling, but the 30 is still green. So we still got. Bra, la maravilla. Vamos a beber ahora. Son las 11 de la mañana. How many days to my birthday? 12 days? 12 days to my birthday, my G? 40 years old. And people ask me, right? Why am I working? Why am I not working? Right? Why don't I have a car? Why I'm not a regular person? I attract a lot of negative attention from certain people. Certain people have no self control. I have not had the luxury to shoot them straight up, to shoot them. Because Hispanic, fortunately, the type of Hispanic I'm dealing with thinks that he could ruin a life for an entire lifetime. Not like a beat that lasts, teenager years. No, it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime of them looking to fuck your bitch. It's a lifetime of them looking to fire you from your job. It's a lifetime of property vandalism. It's a lifetime of them cutting the brakes to your car. It's a lifetime of them looking to buy out your family, looking to manipulate, puppeteer your family. Hey, don't talk to him, not him. Blah, blah, blah. I'm better here. Let's give you some money. It's a lifetime of that. So why don't I work? Why am I looking for employment as a doctor? Because a Hispanic man will be able to enter my corporation, the place where I rule other people, and say, yeah, I want to work here. I'm his friend. Yeah, I'm my back. So I'm only giving them chances to work. If they want to work in the food industry, they're welcome to come work here in, in the food court, in this establishment, or an Whole Foods Tribeca, or maybe a public library. I'm not giving them a chance to utilize me as a gateway, as the shortcut to their success, which is the only way people with high aura could defend themselves. Because I got infinite aura, I got someone that has transcended the possibility of, achieving many things in his life. I'm a challenge completed kind of dude. All that's left is for me to run the 300 miles that David Goggins ran. Those are certain things that, or maybe a triathlon, some stupid shit like that. 'Cause everything I do, I complete. I went into surfing, achieved pro surfing. Went into skateboarding, achieved pro skateboarding. They're not going to give me the board, but the professionals know me. The professionals know the caliber that I was about skateboarding, about surfing, about snowboarding, above everyone else. I got a different body than the typical Hispanic. But I'm not Hispanic. I'm an American. My values are different. So, since young, I've been behaving in a particular fashion, in a particular fashion. And this particular fashion involves cyber stalking to deliberately sleep with who I know, to deliberately win the heart to continue manipulating people around me, like a social virus. You know, in the Hebrew Bible, the name of this God is Satan. The devil's name is Azazel. And what's happening to me is that Azazel continues to pick targets in which turn on me on contact. I don't know what they say. I don't know what they whisper. The government, maybe they whisper, oh, he's a whore. Got gonorrhea and syphilis and internalized beliefs. Basically, people's belief structures are challenged when you overcome everything in life. You know, when they want to kill you, right? For example, let's take an agnostic perspective. Demons on earth exist, right? And I got hella Hispanics that want to take my life. Why? Because I succeed. Why? Because I know celebrities. Why? Because I've slept with celebrities. I don't have infinite liquidity. I'm not a millionaire, but they are in the center of shit, and I am on the outer ring. To them, I'm on the outside where angels and gods are. Why? Because I achieve everything I put my hand in my mind to it. They don't see that. They don't see. They don't see it as possible that I achieve certain things. And people internalize these superstitions about you. They internalize them. And once you break that, they never talk to you again. Let's say, for example, my mother. You know what was the breaking point for my mother to not talk to me again? The doctor. Right? I achieved everything this teenager year. I've been in therapy since I was 12, 13 years old. Achieved pro by 21. Skateboarding since a baby. Riding on my ass. Riding on my ass for most of the time. Exploded. Achieved pro in like 5, 6 years. You know, everyone knows me in the skateboarding industry. The important people running the SLS, the skate league or whatever. I know the people from SLS when they were children. And the current pros in surfing, world champions like Kelly Slater, I know the new ones too, John Anderson, all these people that have already won the fight master, so on and so forth. So on the physical, they were skeptics. I grew up, my parents didn't give a fuck of what I was doing. My parents didn't give a fuck what I was doing. I was achieving great things. You know, like my father's house, for example, Kelly, 11-time world champion of surfing, was in my house. Coming, taking me home, taking me to the beach, taking me home, taking me to the beach. Picking me up in the morning. Andy Irons, another 4-time world champion, rest in peace, was also with me in the water. Practicing, doing our thing, riding waves every day. Basically, the general thing without much competition. But I did a single maneuver one day, which put me above everyone else in my sport. That's it. That's all it took. That's all it took. I'm a bodyboarder. I'm not a surfer, but I'm considered a professional surfer. The surfing is everything and all the above related with water. So I flew out the air 60 feet, 60 by 60, 30 by 60, boom, woo, that way to the ocean from here and shit. Flew in the air, and all these Hawaiian professionals had to look at me like that in the sky and shit in the water, like, holy shit, you know? And that's basically where you stand out. Once you stand out to a certain degree, you are one of them already. And you don't need to win a contest to be professional. You just need recognition from your peers. That's basically how skateboarding works too. Extreme sports work like that. It's not like a degree, a doctorate, or whatever. It's not something you need a form of educational recognition. I achieved these types of physical recognition long before I finished my doctorate. But people break. People's superstition about you or beliefs about you destroy their ego, their character. And in comes the abuse. They know you're a pro. They want to rape your women. They know you're a pro on surfing, right? They want to rape your women. They don't stop. They're not going to stop. They want to sleep with the first one I slept in PR and the last one I'm going to sleep in my life since that moment. All because I'm famous. You understand what I'm saying? All because their ego, the pride, the tension that they feel that everything good happens to him. You understand what I'm saying? Unfortunately leads them to great crime. So me knowing not 3D sessions, I'm not 3 dimensional. I'm not like, oh yeah, I want to succeed. I want to get a fancy car. I want to get a fancy job. I'm gonna get paid the amount of money I deserve. I want and I deserve. I can't do that because there's a criminal element. There's a Hispanic criminal element. Looking from the distance. Scoping out, checking me out, wondering what state I'm in, communicating with my parents. Oh, is he in New York or is this and that? And that unfortunately influences them to actually come here and do what they do. To come here and spot, to come here and look for power from where I'm at. And it's a danger, that the individual in which they behave is just like the Hebrew culture. A Faisal in the movie too, the Denzel Washington one, Anyone that those people touch comes against them, right? They touch the security guard at Whole Foods Tribeca. The Whole Foods decides to shut down the cafeteria for no reason whatsoever because I need it and I'm using it. And that's basically what they do. And what they done right after I achieved all these great things. And we're talking about date rape. We're talking about rape with drugs. We're talking about gang raping. We're talking about real dangerous behavior from Hispanics. All because, all because I achieved the dream, and I didn't just achieve one dream. The more I proved them wrong based on their belief that he's dumb, that he's a pig, that it's unfollowable, that it's this, that it's that. They're just retarded in general. The majority of them is just low IQ people, microencephaly. They got a really small frontal cortex that makes them have less empathy compared to regular people. Their physical structure, the genetic quality of these people is really, really low. So they engage in fucking nearly lethal behavior just to stop you from achieving more things. That's basically it. It's trying to stop you from achieving more things. So before I work, before I commit to doing something else, they are always in consideration. I have to find my way around, right, outside the water, outside the skate park, my way around their behavior because they will come up with a gun to the video shoot, right? If I'm skateboarding and I'm skateboarding in a whole crowd, they'll come with 4 pistols here in New York City. Union Square, for example. Tony Hawk in Union Square, Ishad Ware in Union Square, Edward Duff in Union Square, Tory Floodwell in Union Square. What's this guy? Juan Oliveira, the Brazilian skateboarder, us doing tricks and filming and all that. They'll pull up with pistols and threaten to shoot to stop me from skateboarding. And that's the psychology of Hispanics. That's what happens when you destroy, when you crush their expectations about reality, when you destroy what their potential, what human potential is. That's their reaction. That's how they behave. When you achieve everything, all they want is to stop that person from achieving something else. Stop them from surfing, stop them from skateboarding, threaten people around them, and I'm not going to get a job making 140,000 a year, which is what I deserve. I deserve way over 100,000, not just 49,000, not just baseline, way more in the next 6 years, turning 40 this month. But I'm not going to go that route because I know it will be short lived. Because anything I do, they want to intervene since that moment. They have wanted to get in the way since the moment I became a pro sport personality. Since the moment I started sleeping with celebrities. Since the moment I started becoming an A-lister. I'm an A-lister. I've slept with half Hollywood, West Hollywood, to be exact. Malibu, the hills. I've slept. I'm Hollywood pussy. You know, I was beautiful. Now I definitely look deformed. My teeth went crooked. I definitely look old. Like I don't know, like if someone hammered my face in certain areas to deform how I previously looked when I was a surfer and a skateboarder. But I was. I definitely, I achieved certain things, and people turn against you. Maybe they think they got a little power. Maybe they think that they got a gun or a pistol or drugs or money, and the intent will never fade. That's the big issue with them. Their intentions will not fade out. Why? Because they haven't matured and become grown adults. That's the only way that I could pursue a corporate job, as a doctor, maybe some finance, maybe some stock trading too, whatever I can find, HR, whatever I could find from my doctorate, etc., would be that. But the issue is that these people don't mature. These people don't become family members with a 9 to 5. These people with family and kids are not going to get the 9 to 5 to have, to take, like I take, all my time onto certain things. Basically, if you're not going to work in a job, at least occupy the majority of the time during the day to ensure you get something done. Even if you don't make money, occupy yourself. You get something done every day. Let's say in la plebe, in the plebe. In a state of mind in which you're doing nothing. they unfortunately are not going to get a 9 to 5 even with kids. They're still going to be in your business. They're going to be in your business until you die. Why? Because they haven't grown up and matured. Because the capacity to do that is not there. In here, it lacks empathy. In here, all they think about is 100% manipulation of other people, how to get past, the shortcuts through life. I call them the people who want the shortcuts through life. You become pro sport. They want to be pro without the performance, the training, the experience, the decade long suffering of doing the same thing every day. And that's exactly how they live their entire life. They think that they could just, I don't know, touch someone inappropriately, right? Someone that's rich, touch their hands, massage their shoulders, maybe do some sexual actions straight up publicly, not in public. Do some sexual actions on someone that got money to get by and make some big bucks. Maybe dabble a little bit into drug trafficking, maybe, sexual favor, self prostitution. That's the shortcut. That's the way that they think that they are better than everything because they are against everything and against everyone. And they're against real success. They're against people who are challenged completely. I'm challenged completely. I achieved everything I wanted in my life, and here I am telling you this. And I'm not going to pursue what I need because what I do is enough. I can survive. If I need food stamps, I eat food stamps. And if I have no food stamps, I'll eat from the garbage. I don't care. I'm not going to pursue. I'm not going to put my livelihood at risk as these people playing with my life again. That's why they're frustrated. They spent years in which I am in an ice cube as a hermit. I'm not going to pursue nothing. I'm not going to go out in public. I'm not going to surf. I'm not going to do certain things. I'm going to stay and make money facing the computer, stack 30,000, 50,000, maybe 100,000 in the future if I could. So instead, to satisfy what I need on the daily, drink every day, eat food or whatever, spend, don't get don't get enough private property in which I cannot carry, a computer bag, so on and so forth. Nothing much from what goes in my pockets, in my wrist or whatever, and live my life. Because if it worked for them, they would have already had a job where I was. They would already look for a way to fire a doctor. And I'm not going to give them that chance. They done it. This behavior in Hispanics has lasted way too long. And it's about skepticism, it's about their beliefs. The way they think, in which you're nothing, you're a pig, you're nobody, you're this and that, you're a drug addict, you smoke weed, blah, blah, blah. That's the frontal figure. That's what they believe of you. And then when you crush all expectations, you know, you achieve everything they want. It's the hottest girlfriend they could ever, put their eyes upon, the dream job, the dream activities, hanging out with dream people, Paris Hilton in my life, J Lo, Kelly, Angie, Kim Kardashian, Lady Gaga, all these people in my life. Then comes the confrontation. Then comes that they need to stop the person because in their mind they don't think I'm what I know I am, and they behave on that. And the only way, the only way that this can stop is for them to that die on themselves based on their actions. Make a false move and someone take them out. I should, which should have happened by the gang rape, by the drugging and the raping back in the day. That should have happened a long time ago. But I have self control. It's okay. We were, the relationships were sort of not too close, but not too distant. But they pursued to sleep who I was sleeping with. But I should have defended, I should have defended those people and shot them. That's one. And two, they mature. They mature. They grow up. They grow up, get a 9 to 5, and forget about the people they targeted for a long time. We never forget, baby. What they done in this life since they were 18 years old, I will never forget. And it's warranting a round in their chest. Not in their head. Not in their head. It's not a bullet in the head. Nah, it's a bullet in the chest. To stop and die, motherfucker. Stop what you're doing. Stop the advances. Stop this belief that free will could be this toxic or against a single individual and die, motherfucker. That's the only way. And then if they die, or if they were if they were to just disappear from the planet, then probably I'll get a job. I'll be like, yeah, amen. Let's try it. Sign up online. Oh, let me see right here in Battery Park or Goldman Sachs. Let's try sign this application and get to work. See if I get an interview or something. Even look like if you someone that they know that's been outside for 2 years now within the Battery Park area. But it's for real. It's not a game. These people, when they take you as a target, they want to take the last fucking drop of life from you. Every decision you take, they're going to take it. Every woman you kiss, they're going to want to fuck it. Every woman you kiss, you meet, they want to know it. They're cyber stalking. They're physical stalking. They want to work around. They want to be in the general surroundings just to keep an eye out, just to make sure that I'm not hopping the fence and going to California, just so that I'm not pursuing, right, what I did already. The recognition. Just that I'm not pursuing more recognition. They rather take all my followers by attempting to kill them, by attempting to literally kill them or rape them, right? Instead of forgetting and moving on. But that's how destructive is the Hispanic psychology. When you destroy their ego, when you destroy all expectations. In their mind, they grew up, and I was beautiful as hell. Oh, he's an ugly motherfucker. Oh, this and that. And it's people who is ugly, people who is really ugly, looking at people who are beautiful and calling them ugly. That's basically their form of psychology. It's like in counterculture, anti-you, 100%. They ugly like a motherfucker. So it started with that. It started with these uh, 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 physical and social differences. I was a child. I had the most beautiful. I came from the United States after sleeping around like 25 partners. All every single class, I had like 10 girlfriends within my high school. From ninth grade, like 25 from ninth to 12. Every month I had a new girlfriend. Every month. Boom, boom. One lasted 3 months, another one, another one. And I went to PR, and these people is celibate. These people are young, and I immediately got a girlfriend coming off the boat. Those people got tense on that. They looking to wife the same people. They looking to sleep who you sleep with. Have these tensions, and once they break out that shell, that they can get a gun and get some power, they could prostitute themselves to make some money. Once they break out of that, they become serious criminals, and you can't stop them. There's nothing that can stop them. I think I'm gonna leave right now. 8:18 is fine. I can complete this tonight. I'll see you guys later. We're gonna let this play die, or maybe it's 12 out. Look where it's going already. I think it's going back up by the afternoon. I'll see you guys tomorrow, or yeah, maybe I'll stream Saturday. Please, you guys have a good day. Don't let your dreams be dreams. I achieved everything, everything. Not even my parents supported me in the shit I did, and I was achieving star status. I'm right here. But what I did, maybe in the eyes of the people that I did, I was hanging out with Oprah Winfrey, Harvey Weinstein, Kelly Slater. I was hanging out with the top, Paramount Pictures, baby, Weinstein Productions. I was hanging out with the tip of the iceberg, from the bottom to the top. And Hispanics can't stand that because they're living in an echo, in a, how do you call it, an echo chamber, a bubble. When you pop that bubble, you realize that someone that they knew exploded beyond the people that they want to give recognition to. Then there's that big conflict. We're still here. They haven't matured. They're still the same people. They're not going to grow the fuck up. It would be nice for me as a doctor for them to mature, but for me not to see any of them anywhere near me. But nah, they don't want to be anywhere. They don't want to do their own thing. They want to be involved next to me in my thing because they're looking just for the shortcut to money, the shortcut to to more harm to me, the shortcut to sleep with my girlfriend again, or to anyone I meet, the shortcut to other people. And I'm not here to make friends. Peace. I hope you guys have a good day. If I had a lot of friends here in the city, they would have been looking to bust down the door just to get in. They would have already been trying to break in, grand larceny or some stupid shit like that. Trust me, these people don't stop, and the only way they stop is by putting 3 rounds in their chest. and waiting till they bleed out. You gotta, like boom, boom, boom. You gotta sit there and look at it. Are you done now? Wait till you die like that. You have to go 100% immoral, just like them. There's no other escape from these people. These people think you're a slave. You know, you're a doctor, you're a pro first personality, you're a pro, right? You have a lot of money, you're successful with online money. They need the bullet. They need that's the only escape. That's the escape from this problem. They can travel 2,000 miles to wherever you are. They'll appear. If you're in Indonesia, they'll appear in Indonesia. If you're in Hawaii, Oahu, they'll appear in Oahu. They already have enemies in Oahu. They already have people in connection anywhere I go, because that's how Puerto Ricans are. Puerto Rican is a fucking parasite of the entire world. The entire world, there'll be a Puerto Rican they know in Bali. They'll be everywhere. The parasites, it's real parasitic xenomorph behavior. And if you're real successful or more successful than they are, you're their target. The solution, boom, boom, boom. You done? It's over, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. As they fade out, like, yeah, cough that blood, motherfucker. Bye-bye. That's the only escape. And all the victims since then that they have. Remember, I wrote a book about their violence. I wrote an entire book, 2 years writing about every single thing these people did, including my father. Because they're not going to stop, and it's because I'm successful. Because they don't take a challenge themselves. They don't finish it. The issue is with these people that they don't finish nothing. It's always about the shortcut. It's always about leeching of someone successful. It's always about clout chasing to then self prostitute themselves. Then once they get a chance, after leeching someone's success, they start feeding, they start doing the self prostitution shit or the drug trafficking. Then they start, looking to win someone that you've taken years to know. Peace. Hope you guys have a good day. Starving. I think I'm having 2 beers today, not one. And it's all dependent on the temperature that's outside. If it's too hot, only one. If it's cool today, I'll have two. Peace. Rolling Rock, baby. They're bringing my favorite can of beer to the spot. I like that. See you guys tomorrow.